Shalom, shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakal Kadash. Double honors to the elders at Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the Akim that's pushing his word throughout the four corners of the planet. Shalom to the hopeful elect. And I'm bringing this video, okay, titled, Who Shall Rouse Him Up? Okay, so recently in the headlines, okay, you have the brother out in Minnesota. His name escapes me at this point, right now at this moment, but he was pretty much killed by the Minnesota Police Department. Okay, a few weeks back you had the brother Ahmaud Arbery, okay, who was shot and killed, all right, by white supremacists, if you will, race soldiers. Okay, and you also had a couple more people that was pretty much of our people that was pretty much killed, all right, by the hands, okay, of none other than Sleazy E, all right. So I got a couple videos queued up. I'm gonna play them, all right. Then we're gonna get into, the whole ordeal, man. Okay, we're gonna cipher this, okay, we're gonna filter, okay, this through the scriptures, man. All right, because we're coming into a time, all right. Well, we are in the time, all right, the beginning, okay, stages of what we know to be Jacob's trouble, all right, and Jacob's trouble is going to lead to a whole bunch of unlikely scenarios that's going to play out, okay, here in America. So I'm gonna get into the what I got queued up. Salaki.
Chaos and destruction in Minneapolis tonight as police officers and protesters clash over a man's death. Thanks for watching WCCO, also streaming on CBSN Minnesota.
The outrage began with a video showing police arresting 46-year-old George Floyd in South Minneapolis last night.
What? I can breathe. Please, the name of it.
In the video, you can see an officer kneeling on Floyd's neck, pinning him to the ground outside Cup Foods on Chicago and East 38th Street. Floyd died a short time later. Today, hundreds flooded the streets at that same intersection to protest Floyd's death. They then marched to the police station where the officers who arrested Floyd worked. Our team coverage begins tonight with Jeff Wagner. He joins us now from outside the Minneapolis Police 3rd Precinct, where a crowd is still gathered. Jeff?
Yeah, this crowd, I want to say comparative to about an hour ago, it's calmed down a bit, but then next thing you know, you start to hear the sound of tear gas being fired, flashbangs being fired. We've had what believes to be rubber bullets of sorts fly not far from us, hearing people get hit. There's still hundreds of people here who are actually standing right by the 3rd Precinct, right next to the officers. It's been a pretty chaotic scene starting about 6 p.m. tonight. A far cry from what it was earlier. Now, this all started at the intersection of 38th and Chicago. Thousands packed the area for the protest at 5 o'clock, but we're also spread out to remain socially distant. Organizers emphasized keeping this protest peaceful. People took turns sharing their frustrations and grief with the crowd. Chants of "I can't breathe" and "it could have been me" filled the air. A man who claims to have been one of the witnesses of Floyd's arrest also addressed the crowd. Protesters were glad to know that the 4 officers involved were fired, but they say the true justice won't be served until there's charges and a conviction.
When you look at situations, you say to yourself, could this have been prevented? And that goes without saying in regards to this situation. That young man was no longer a threat once you subdued him, handcuffed him, and you had your knee on his neck. You could have very easily got up, put him in the car like you was asked to on several occasions. It's heartbreaking. I mean, we're all human beings, and we're all in this community together. It's just tough to see someone have their life ended the way it did.
Now, around 6 p.m., the protest turned into a march towards the 3rd precinct, where it is believed that the officers worked. A much smaller group than the initial protest started vandalizing the building, shattering a window, spray painting squad cars and the side of the building. Officers then showed up in riot gear and started firing tear gas and flashbangs, which you can hear going off right now, as many protesters were hurling rocks, water bottles, anything they could get their hands on towards the officers. The unruly crowd measured in hundreds, a far cry from the peaceful group that started the protest.
It's real ugly. The police have to understand that, this the climate they have created.
It appears we have a long night ahead of us. Again, every few seconds when it gets quiet, you suddenly hear the sounds of flashbangs and tear gas being fired in the crowd. You're looking at it right now. You're watching the crowd disperse. It appears someone might have been shot with one of those rubber paint bullets. People are very upset tonight. I spoke on the phone a few minutes ago with Trey Pollard. He's one of the sound bites you heard earlier. He's one of the organizers of the initial protest. He said this is not what was supposed to happen. He said this is an anger and spillover of what people are feeling, but this is not the right platform to express that. He said this is not the way it was supposed to end this evening. An evening that's far from finished again.
All right, Jeff. Thank you.
So you heard him say that, this is not how it was supposed to, everything was supposed to transpire, but how about Shimmy, I was shy, is going to put the spirit on our people to actually fight back, man. 2/3 of our people are going to go head up with, pretty much 2/3 of Esau, man, and the reason why I say that is because 2/3 of our people are going to be wiped out in nuclear war, famine, pestilence, etc., race wars, right? So, and Esau, the regular 6-pack Edomite, he's going to be wiped out. Thermonuclear missiles, famine, pestilence as well, man. So I guess he's through the spirit I say 2/3 of even Esau, because the regular Edomite, he's going to be killed by way of thermonuclear missiles, as well as our people, the same way our people are going to die. All right, so the Lord is going to put the spirit on our people to go head up with Esau, man. All right, and it's going to be they're going to what you call hatch out that this ancient, finally get to the bottom, of this ancient hatred that Esau had for us, man. It's going to get settled, man. All right, once and for all. All right, hold on. Here, I got this next.
So you have a brother by the name of Darquan Jones. He was jumped and he was almost taken out of here by white supremacists in Iowa. So this brother was walking to his girlfriend's apartment by 3:25 a.m. on Saturday, May 16th, where he was attacked by 3 white supremacists. Now, I want you to hear exactly what the brother is going to describe what happened, and we get into the rest of the details. Let's go ahead and roll that clip.
I don't know just why it happened to me, because I don't do anything wrong to anybody, so I'm still traumatized from it happening, because I could have been gone. It's just something that I'm gonna just have to deal with just for the rest of my life.
So you heard what the brother had to say about what happened to him.
Okay, and I'm going to end that video right there. Just basically, it's going in, all right? And, our people, all right, they have kind of, you see that young man, he pretty much got that docile spirit on him, man. All right, but the Lord is going to turn that spirit, that docile spirit off and put a lion warrior spirit on our people. Okay? And if you see him talking, you could tell, he like, why is this happening to me and this, that, and the third. See, and that's why I said our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, man. All right, because if they had the knowledge of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah, all right, they would know that, okay, they would know that Esau, okay, is your enemy, all right? All right, they would know that these nations, all right, have a perpetual hatred for our people, chiefly Esau, Edom, okay, the so-called white man, all right, but they don't know this, so therefore, okay, they're in the dark, man, all right. The next video I got queued up, all right. Salaki.
So in California, they still have the stay-at-home order. So, of course, they are coming out to speak against that, to protest. They say they need to be out, the state needs to be opened up, etc. Where there were two particular protesters that people are talking about and two pictures that went viral online. So the first woman, her name is Greta Stinger, and if you look at the picture that we should put up here, Brother Sharif, it says, "Muzzles are for dogs and slaves. I am a free human being." That's the Greta Stinger lady. And the second lady that posted this was Larkin Small. Okay, the lady in the brown hat. Now, a lot of people was upset about that particular sign. And we'll get to them, definitely the Greta Stinger lady, the one with the sunshades. She did all the apologies. But we need to really think about what that's.
So, what? No, matter of fact, I'm gonna let him say what he's gonna say, and then I'm gonna expound further.
Saying in the context of racism, white supremacy. Now, it says that muzzles are for dogs and slaves. I am a free human being. If we look at the way that we are treated in America and the way that those two women will be treated in America, they're right. They are free human beings, and black people are still slaves. We are fifth-class citizens in America. Let's give you some examples just from 2020. Free human beings could go up to the Michigan Capitol with guns in front of the police with guns. The police didn't say they was in fear of their lives. They didn't worry about the politicians getting shot. Matter of fact, these people went in their faces screaming and yelling during a pandemic, and nothing happened to them. They were allowed to do this. That's what free human beings can do. When you say as a black person, oh, if we would have done that, the National Guard has been out there. You're right, because you're not a free human being. You're a fifth-class citizen and still considered a slave. Understand?
So, basically, he said a mouthful, okay? Because our people don't have forgotten how we got over here to America, all right? And I'm gonna get, I don't mean to get off topic, but the spirit deals the way the spirit deals. But I'm gonna get back to the ladies holding up the signs. But I just want to say, our people forgot how they got over here to America. They forgot that our ancestors was brung over here on slave boats, all right, slave ships, and brought over here with chains and shackles on us, all right, yokes of iron, all right, and our people then forgot, all right, and have got at Salakia and have gotten comfortable in the land of their captivity, man. They've become complacent, all right, and and become and have developed Stockholm syndrome, okay, with their captives. All right, okay. We are still slaves here in America. All right, we are, like he said, we are considered, okay, 3/5, okay, of a human. All right, here in America. All right, and our people have forgotten that. But the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah, is reminding you, all right, by way of seeing these Edomites hold up signs that says, okay, Muslims are for slaves and dogs. All right, that's the way Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. Okay, matter of fact, I'm gonna just go to it, man. This is Ecclesiastes 3:15, and it says, that which have been is now, and that which is to be have already been, and Yahweh requireth that which is past. So the Lord, all right, is, okay, bringing you blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans out of your comfort zone and bringing you back into remembrance of where you're actually at, man. All right, when you see these Edomites, all right, holding up signs like that, all right, killing us like this, the Lord is, for one, he's putting a spirit on Esau and turning up that ancient hatred that they have for us, and simultaneously, all right, it's putting you blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans back, okay, in remembrance of we're still in captivity. We're still under the foot of our enemies. Okay? And the thing is, it's going to be a lot more, okay, of these things to come. All right, this is not something that's just gonna, it's not gonna go away, if you will. All right. So my next Salakia. Let's get this.
You just threatened to run her over.
You threatened to run me over. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you can't tell me to shut up. No. Phone the call on the police for you, but because you just kicked our door. This is too much disrespect that we get on a day-to-day. Like we're just trying to be essential workers to feed people. This is totally ridiculous. You are a racist. Because he was violent in my store. Don't you worry about that. You don't do what you do. That's not talking about me. I know the rules you want.
Whoa, motherfucker.
For a hit and run outside a Lakeview restaurant. This cell phone video captured part of the incident last night. The restaurant owner says the driver became irate about their social distance rules and tried to kick in their door. And when they went outside to get his license plate, the owner says the driver ran over her daughter and then took off. The woman was dragged across the street. Police say the driver turned himself in overnight.
It's like surreal. I was scared, I thought he had actually killed my daughter because it was just like she was a rag doll.
The owner says her daughter suffered multiple broken bones and is in intensive care. She can't see her right now because of social distancing rules at the hospital. Grubhub says they are shocked and appalled by the incident and that the driver has been banned from the platform.
So there you go. And once again, all right, not only is it Esau, okay, it's going to be these other nations, man. All right, these other nations, okay, it's basically going to be a free fall on Jake, man. All right, because you blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, okay, you refuse to turn back to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. So guess what, man? You're gonna pay for that, man. All right, it's a price to be paid. All right, for turning your back on Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, man. All right, refusing to hear His word, refusing to repent, man. All right, and got this one. I got queued up.
And all news since our 6 o'clock news tonight. For the first time, the mother of Breonna Taylor, the young Louisville EMT shot and killed by Metro Police, is talking about how she learned about the police raid into her daughter's home. Tamika Palmer says in this interview that she actually got a call from Breonna's boyfriend, Kenny, seconds after the fatal shooting.
I could hear Kenny just like screaming and crying, and I could hear all this noise, but I'm not knowing what this noise was. Like, I didn't, and I'm like, what is going on, Kenny? And he's like, I think Breonna is, he said, somebody was trying to break in here, and I think they shot Breonna.
This interview, conducted with Palmer in Louisville by news organization TMX and given to WHS 11 News Tonight. The 26-year-old Taylor was shot and killed on March 13th at her South Louisville home, where her boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, was also living. After the shooting, LMPD investigators said officers were serving a warrant in a narcotics investigation. But in a new lawsuit filed against 3 LMPD officers, Taylor's family says they were looking for Taylor's ex-boyfriend and had actually arrested him before the warrant was served that day. Breonna's attorney says police failed to communicate. Her family says there were never any drugs in her home.
Never was no drugs in there, like, ever. Like, how can you say there's drugs in this house? I live there firsthand. I know this. I live there. We're here 24/7. No, there's no drugs in here.
When you go in and you look at this house, they were shooting from outside the house like this was the Wild West. Bullets went through Breonna's apartment into the neighboring apartment.
The lawsuit also says a 5-year-old was sleeping in that next-door apartment. One of the officers, John Mattingly, was shot in the leg during the incident. The boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, is charged with attempted murder of a police officer. Taylor's attorney says police never identified themselves that early morning, and Walker shot at the officers in self-defense and is a registered gun owner. In a statement tonight, an LMPD spokesperson says this is an ongoing Public Integrity Unit investigation, and it wouldn't be appropriate to comment beyond their initial statements.
So there you have it. She was shot up in her apartment, laying in her bed, man. All right, and you know her people like, well, she was an EMT worker. Well, listen, man, that was judgment, man, from Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. And if you notice, in one of the pictures that they showed, all right, she was celebrating Christmas, man. All right, see, you people don't understand and realize that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah is done playing games with you, man. He's done playing games with you, you blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. All right, it's time to all right, to pay for that wickedness, man. The Lord not playing games no more, man. All right, so let's go to Salakia. Let's go to Jeremiah 30. I think this is it. 30:1. Salakia. Salakia. All right, I'm going to start at, this is Jeremiah 30 and 5. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now, and see whether a man doeth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. All right, so it says that, okay, it's going to be a time where you're going to have men, all right, that's so scared, all right, that their faces going to be pale, man. It said, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. All right, and that's what we're coming into. We are in the beginning, okay, stages of Jacob's trouble, man. All right, and seeing these things happen to our people, all right, it pisses you off, all right, but ultimately, you know that this is the plan of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, okay, and everything, all right, that will happen has to happen for the kingdom of heaven to be established. So with that, all right, you're comforted, man. All right, you're comforted because you know that it's really, okay, a method to the madness. All right, that's why the Lord says wisdom and knowledge. All right, this wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of our time. All right, because this wisdom and knowledge, all right, is keeping us stable doing everything that's happening and everything that's about to happen. All right, we know 2/3 of our people are going to be destroyed. All right, so when we see this, all right, and we see this happen to our people, we understand. All right, it pisses you off, but ultimately we understand and we get it. All right, so Jacob's trouble is upon us, man. We are in the beginning of Jacob's trouble, and it's only going to, okay, get worse, all right, and get worse, all right. It's not, okay, so it's not going to, Esau's not going to pass some legislation, okay, so that these things don't happen. All right, okay, these things been happening for 500 years now. All right, and still, all right, these devils have not passed any legislation, all right, to protect, okay, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, and they're not about to start now. And you also gotta wonder, all right, when you see this guy, all right, that died in Minnesota and the way he died and the way they're killing our people, all right, with just impunity, with no, with no type of repercussions for what they're doing. You got to ask yourself, okay, if this was another nation, the UN, all right, would be threatening action, okay, against that said nation. Where is the UN, man? All right, this is how you know that these other nations, okay, have formed a confederacy against you blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Where is the UN? All right, okay, where are they at, and why aren't they, all right, okay, bringing America, okay, up on um, uh, human rights charges, man? All right, why aren't they being brung up on human rights charges, man? Okay, this is what you got to ask yourself, because anywhere else in the world that this type of thing happens, all right, the UN steps in, all right, and brings, okay, the leader, all right, okay, up on human right charges, man. Okay, condemns them, all right, saying, they listen, they do it to China, all right. They say China is, is a rogue regime, okay, that they torture their people, that they kill their own people, this, that, and the third. Why haven't these things have been said, all right, about America, all right? It's something to think about. All right, let's go to I'm gonna go to Genesis 49. No. This is Genesis 49 and verse 9. It says, Judah, thou art Salakia. Judah is a lion's whelp, okay? And a lion's whelp is a young lion, all right? From the prey, my son, thou art going up. And who is the prey? The prey is you blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. He stoops down. He couches as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up? All right, and when you stoop down, okay, that's you being in a submissive, okay, that's being in a submissive position. All right. So it says as a lion and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up? All right. So, and the answer to that is going to be ultimately Esau, man. But chiefly it's Yahweh Shem Yahweh that's going to put that spirit on our people to rise up, man. All right, and give Esau that whipping, all right, that fight, if you will, they've been asking for. All right, that's like that big bully, okay, that's in the yard messing with everybody, and then finally, okay, that one little guy, man, he gets angry, and he fights back, man. All right. So and once Judah get roused up, all the other tribes are going to follow behind the so-called black man. All right. All the other tribes are going to rally behind us. All right, and they're going to join forces with our people, man, and become one, man. Let's go ahead. Here we go. It's Ezekiel 25 and 14. It says, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to my anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. So the Lord, okay, like I said, right now, Jake is in a docile state, man, all right, but Jake is starting to, come out of that docile spirit, man, all right, and the Lord is about to put, all right, a fierce warrior, okay, vengeance spirit on Jake, man. All right, I'm gonna read that again. It says, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom. All right, who is Edom? Edom is Esau, the so-called white man, by the hand of my people Israel. So the Lord is going to use, okay, us blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right, to give Esau that ass whooping they've been asking for. Now, us as men of the Lord, we're not gonna take a, we're not gonna engage, okay, in this fight, all right, because we're waiting upon Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. Okay, 2/3 of our people are gonna take 2/3 of our people are going to take action, if you will, in this fight, man. All right. It says, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hands of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to my anger and according to my fury. So the Lord is going to put a spirit on our people, all right, that's going to turn Jake up, man. All right, and the rest of the tribe, the blacks, Latinos, along with the Native Americans, man. All right, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to my anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord Yahweh. So Edom is going to know, all right, in that day that, because what it say, oppression make a wise man mad, man. All right, so now when you initially think about that, you would think that it means, well, it's twofold, right? All right, oppression make a wise man mad, meaning make him angry, but it also make a wise man mad, meaning makes him crazy, man. All right, and if you ever seen somebody that's crazy, they pretty much got strength, man. They're very strong, man. Somebody that done lost it, man. That's angry, or not Salakia, that's like mad as in crazy. All right, you need 10 people to subdue them, man. All right. So our people have 500 years of pent up anger, all right, okay, and frustration, all right, to let out, man, all right. So the Lord is going to take that 500 years of anger, all right, in frustration, all right, and then put a spirit of vengeance, all right, of a spirit of his will of vengeance and anger upon our people, man. All right, and you're going to get something that's never heard of, man. All right, matter of fact, I'm gonna go to it. This is Micah 5. This is Micah 5 and 8. It says, and the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles in the midst of many people, as a lion among the beasts of the forest, as a young lion among the flocks of sheep, who if he go through both treadeth down and threaten in pieces, Salakia, and teareth in pieces, and none can deliver. All right, so, and that's also me talking about that the remnant, which is the elect. All right, but that's also gonna, be the spirit that the Lord put on Jake, man. All right, when these race wars pop off, all right, nobody's gonna be able to deliver these devils, man. All right, because it's gonna be the will of the Lord. All right, well, matter of fact, I'll show you. Acts 5 and 39. But if it be, Salaki, let me go. I'm going to start at I'm going to start at 39. Matter of fact, I'm going to start at 38. And now I say unto you, this is Acts 5 and 38. And now I say unto you, refrain from these men, and let them alone. For if this counsel of this work be of men, it will come to naught. But if it be of Yahweh, ye cannot overthrow it. As happily ye be found even to fight against Yahweh. Yeah, so with the Lord, okay, this anger and this vengeance, all right, that the Lord is gonna, okay, put on, okay, us blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, 2/3 of our people, all right, you devils are gonna be like sheep, man, amongst lions, man. And nobody's gonna be able to deliver you. All right? And the reason why nobody's gonna be able to deliver you, because this is gonna be the will of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah. This is going to be the decree of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah. So it's going to stand. All right, you're not going to be able to overthrow it, man. Okay, a lot of our people are going to die, man. We know that. But once again, that a lot of our people dying is the decree of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. All right, but a lot of you devils are going to get taken out, man. A lot of Edomites are going to die, all right, in this race war, all right. Let me see. Mm-hmm. See. Psalms 64. Let me see. This is Psalm 64:4. It says, I'm gonna start at 3. No, I'm gonna start at 1. It says, hear my voice, O Yahweh, and my prayer. Preserve my life from the fear of the enemy. Who is the enemy? Esau, man. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, which is Esau, the so-called white man, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bow to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. Yeah, all right. That's why you see, all right, them, shoot our people in the streets. You got Ahmaud Arbery. You got this guy that just got killed on camera in Minnesota. All right, these things, man. All right. It says they search out iniquities. They Salakia. It says they encourage themselves in the evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? Yeah, man. All right. And that's Esau pride, man. Okay, who's gonna do anything, man? Nobody can do anything because we are at the top of the food chain, man. Who's gonna persecute us, man? All right. Well, here it is. They search our iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thoughts of every one of them, and the heart is deep. But Yahweh shall shoot at them with the arrows. Suddenly shall they be wounded. Okay? And that's what's going to happen, man. How about Yahweh Shah going to shoot at you with those arrows, man? Those thermonuclear missiles, man. All of a sudden, the Lord going to rain down on you. Fire, man. From the heavens, man. All right? Along with the thermonuclear missiles. So, even though our people, we're going through these things, at the end of the day, Yahweh Shah is going to deliver us, man. All right, he's going, because he's the one that put us in this position. So he's the one that's going to deliver us out of this position, man. All right, so all these things that has taken place are things that we know that's going to that have to happen. All right. So with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem, Rakal Kadash. Double honor to the elders at Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the occupants pushing his word throughout the four corners of the planet. Shalom. to the hopeful elect.